What's up, my people? How are you all doing today? I'm right here again. Yes, and you all know how we do it. Each time you see me on your screen, I'm always here with the juiciest and educative content for that matter. So, on today's episode on Everyday Nigeria, I'm not just here alone. No, I'm here with someone you've been seeing his face for a couple of times now, Major of Africa. So, Major of Africa is with me today, and we'll explore this topic together. So, Major of Africa, say hi to my viewers.
And divine day one.
So, on today's episode on Everyday Nigerian, we will be exploring the distinction between spirituality and religion. Yes, this is a very big one. And so, Major of Africa, please, can you throw more light on how do you define religion first?
Okay, first and foremost, before we delve into this topic, I would like us to go to the etymology meaning of this word, religion.
Right.
That's the root word.
Okay.
So, religion was actually gotten from a Latin word.
Wow.
Yes, it means religare, to bind people together, to bond. You just more or less imposing something on people by force.
Are you
That is the
serious?
meaning of religion. From the Latin word religare. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So apart from what about spirituality?
Spirituality is your personal relationship with the Almighty. Your personal relationship with the Divine. Your personal relationship with your chi. It is not a systematic means of worship.
Okay.
Religion is systematic. Religion is organized. And one thing about spirituality is that it is not taught. It is in your DNA. Because our ancestors know that we are gods. We are divine from a divine source. We are just like an organ in the system of the Almighty. We are like an organ in the system of Chukwu Okike Abiama. That is why in Igbo cosmology, an Igbo man doesn't pray. An Igbo man commune with his fellow entity. With commune, we don't pray. There is a disparity between praying and communing. We commune with the gods. We commune with our ancestors. We commune with Chukwu Okike Abiama. And we do declaration, Igofo. So shall it be. You understand? So, and another thing about spirituality and religion, like I said earlier, is that religion is being taught.
Okay, that's the difference between.
Yes, belief system.
Okay.
People are beginning to question those illusions they were fed with. People are beginning to become more real than before.
Curious
to know, like, why are we doing all those things that we are doing?
Okay.
Why are we practicing this thing that we are practicing? Are we practicing it out of free will, or was it imposed on us? So there was a question that Upamakuma asked. He said that we want to go back to our roots. Fine. Because no tree can grow without its roots. Once you are disconnected from your roots, you are dead. You will die off. No nation, no continent can grow without embracing their roots. So the question was that since colonialism has invaded our society, it has adulterated most of our culture and changed most of them. How do we go back to the right culture? How do we know that this transition now, going back to our roots, going back to our tradition, how sure are we that those traditions we are going to are the purest form? Because I put it up to you, African traditional spirituality is the purest form of spirituality in the world before colonialism. So all those things we are practicing now, how do we know that it is the right one? Okay, let me give you an example. Sorry for taking your time.
It's okay.
In Igbo cosmology, in Igbo culture, in the olden days, when a woman gets married, she doesn't bear the husband's name.
Are you serious?
Are you aware? For example, what's your name? What's your Igbo name?
Chidima.
Okay, let me say your name is Chidema Izuo. And my name is Nnamdi Zora. You are married to me. Your name will be Chidinma Izuo Oriakụ Nnamdi. That was our culture.
Oh.
Do you know why? Because we value women in our society.
Wow.
So a number of cultures we they practice today is not even our culture.
Kind of borrowed.
It has been borrowed.
Oh.
We diffused some. Some was diffused. And this is as a result of what? Colonialism. If I should speak it in Igbo language, the madrapos omenani, nemezi omeninu. You understand? Thank you.
So there are words associating to spiritualism and religion in Igbos. I would really like you to educate I am a viewers on this one word they call ezumezu. What's because these words are actually relating to spirituality, religion, all about the Igbos, the cosmology of Igbo, like you said. So, can you tell us what this ezumezu is about?
Okay, in Igbo cosmology,
Okay.
the word ezumezu means host,
Host.
lead. For example, let me break it down bit by bit.
Okay.
In Igbo cosmology, we don't believe in death.
Death.
We believe in transitioning. A Latin man will tell you, vita mutatum, non polito, that life is not taken but changed. That is why in Igbo culture, there is one particular festival that we normally do, eating mango. Mango is masquerade.
Oh, the masquerade
Yes.
period.
Do you know the meaning of mango? Mong. Ma-ong.
What does the meaning in Igbo? In
Beauty
English?
of death. The Igbos were never scared of what? Death. Because we know that we are just living here for the interim. And in a short while, we are going to transition from this world to the world beyond. So coming down to the question that you're asking about ezumezu, we believe in Ndichi. Who are the Ndichi? Ndichi are the dead who lived a good life when they were in this world. Our ancestors that lived a good life
Okay.
when they were on earth. The
Okay.
Catholic Church called them the saints. For example, you have Saint Peter, you have Saint Paul. So all those people that lived good life, when you want to commune in the morning, you call upon them to intercede for you. You commune with them. So they are the words, the saints. So we have ezumezu ndichi, host of the saints.
Host of the
Host,
saints.
they are not one, they are not two. You can even call them the League of the Saints. Like in Catholicism, we have Saint Michael, we have Saint Mary, we have different saints. So in Igbo cosmology, we call it different words, saints.
Okay, do
So
you
we
know
have-
of any of these saints?
I'm coming, we have Saint Okeke, for example, even Saint Izora, Saint Ongwafo. You get it? Then in this League of the Ancestors, we still have what? Hierarchy. There is something we call Ogele Atolopa in Igbo cosmology. That Ogele Atolopa, they are the holies of holies. They are just like, you know, in Christianity, there's something we call the 24 elders of heaven.
Yes.
These people are more holier than the 25 elders of heaven. They commune direct with the Almighty. Then we equally have the leagues of the gods. So when you hear about ezumezu in Igbo cosmology, they are not one. They are many. Ezumezu ndichi. Ezumezu alusi. What is alusi in Igbo cosmology? Alusi means alo na so. Let abomination and taboo stop.
Okay.
So on a very good day, due to time, we can delve into this topic bit by bit because most of our practices were demonized by the European, and that was the only way they could conquer us. Because they tried, like I said earlier, they tried several times. They tried several years. Do you know about the Ekumeku War? The Ekumeku War was fought between the Griffin and the Igbo people for more than 30 years.
Are you serious?
War. So they tried several times to penetrate our place, but they knew that we are spiritually inclined. So the only way they could defeat us was to disconnect us from our roots, from our spirituality. And that was how they got us. And that is why people are now running around seeking for solution where there is no solution. People are running around going to miracle centers, going to pastors, going to DBS. They are extorting them, telling them, $1 million can go kite. And the one can all those things. They are collecting your money because you don't know your spirituality. Most of the things you go to anywhere to do for you, you can do it for yourself. Because you are a God. Then there is one thing I want to say.
Okay.
This same thing that we are talking about in spirituality. If you check Catholicism, you will see they copied most of our spirituality into Catholicism. But that would be a topic of another day. In Catholic now, for example, they have 3 types of praises.
Okay.
They have the Dulia, the Hyperdulia, and the Lataria. The Dulia are praises given to what? Angels. The Hyperdulia are the praises given to the Mother Mary. And that Mother Mary is equally, their figure is equally Nana. Some call her the Primordial Queen of Creation.
Wow.
This is a very deep topic.
Yes.
Then the Lataria are praises given to what? God. Do you see the hierarchy? The angels, the Mother Mary, and what? God. We equal have those hierarchy in Odenana. That was why I told you about the ancestors. If I die today, I'm going to transition. If I've not completed my cycle, because when you die, you reincarnate according to my cosmology. So when you must have completed your cycle and you lived a good life, ndị Igbo sị na ezigbo mmadụ nwụọ, ọ bụla ezigbo mmụọ, ajọ mmadụ nwụọ, ọ bụla ajọ mmadụ, sọrọ ọ bụla ajọ mmụọ. Ezigbo mmadụ nwụọ, ọ bụla ezigbo mmụọ, ajọ mmadụ nwụọ, ọ bụla ajọ mmụọ. What does it mean? When a good person dies, that person becomes a good spirit.
Okay.
But when a bad person dies, you become an evil spirit.
Okay, I would want to ask something.
Okay.
Okay, how can one achieve personal growth through religion and spirituality?
Well,
as an individual.
Yes. First of all, for you to achieve personal growth in spirituality, you have to be self-awoken, self-consciousness, self-knowledge. Let me go to the Bible. When Christ told his disciples, I am the way, the truth, and the life. If I say this now, it will become a controversy, but I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
He wasn't referring to himself. He was referring to them. He was trying to liberate them. He was trying to educate them about self-knowledge. I am the way. If you study the life of Christ, you will know that this person is an awoken soul. He was very, very enlightened. And as a matter of fact, he even went to Egypt to study. He even later went to India, but that's by the way. So he was trying to tell them about what? Self-knowledge. For you to advance as an individual, you need to know yourself. You need to know who you are. You need to know where you're coming from.
Okay.
And this I am, if you still go back to the Old Testament, when Moses encountered the burning bush, the question was, who are you? And what was the answer? I am the I am. What does it mean? When you get to Pharaoh, tell him, I am the I am, send you. Which means as you are going there to meet Pharaoh, you are the one representing what? God. Man is a God. Let me quote this thing by Paul Tuchel, an atheist. He said, man is a God, clothed in rags, a prisoner, walled in by his own ignorance, and a king, prostrated before his servants, begging for a crumb of bread. He can only be liberated when he walks out from the self-constructed world prison. A number of us in this planet, in this part of the world, are in this prison. With religion, you can never go far in life. It is a cage. you always seek for a way to access God, or else you can commune to God, and God will speak to you in different forms. God can speak to you through trance. God can speak to you through dream. God can speak to you in different forms. But you have to know who you are. You have to align yourself with your spirit forces. So, by aligning yourself with your spirit forces, you will go for. And I want to build up to you. Spirituality is the foundation of everything in this earth. All the inventions that was made on this earth was through what? Spirituality. Nothing comes out of nothing can come out of nothing. Let me give you an example. When Archimedes discovered the law of flotation, do you know how long it took him to discover the law of flotation? He went spiritual. He was meditating. Because normally now, if you bring a stone and throw it inside the water, that stone is going to sink.
Yes, it's true.
But when you bring a big ship and put it inside the water, it will float. Who discovered the science behind that? Archimedes. Through what? Spirituality. He went spiritual. He was meditating. Through intuition, he now got a revelation, an epiphany. And what did he do? He shouted, "Eureka! Eureka! Eureka!" He was running naked in the streets. We'll be like, what is wrong with this guy? Spirituality. Spirituality is the foundation of every invention in this earth. And even in science, in that intuition I'm talking about is one of the best form of what? Knowledge. Because in political science, there is something we call authoritative revelational approach of what? Knowledge.
Okay.
So even political science recognized that knowledge can be gotten through what? Revelation.
And you can't get revelation without spirituality.
Thank you, without spirituality.
Sure. Okay.
Without spirituality.
All right. So I heard that the Igbos have their own Big Bang theory. So I think you're the right person that I and my viewers need to ask this question. So is it true? How true is this Igbo Big Bang theory?
Interesting. Anyways, many civilizations of the world have their own Big Bang theory. Many of them, not just the Igbos. But in Igbo cosmology, we call it Ekene Chukwu or Dachi. That is our own Big Bang theory. Man, we've lost a lot. We've lost a lot. We need to go back. Conscientism. Whenever I hear that word conscientism, it strikes my consciousness. We've lost a lot to colonialism.
So we need to
go back and ask ourselves who we are. Let me quote Chimamanda Adichie. She said,
"Oh yes,
that history lives in art, and art lives in what? History. Our ancestors left a whole lot of things for us in art, but they called it what? Idol worship. It's not idol worship. We do not worship idols in Africa.
So what is all these things?
We venerate entities, and we commune with our fellow gods. That thing they call idol, we call it anthropomorphous representation of divine effigy. Anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphous representation of what? Divine effigy. That osisi ofo is just a symbol. That ukualosi is just a symbol. That is why in Catholicism you will see them. They will mold Mary. They will mold Jesus.
It's almost like
So these are ways to preserve their what? Culture. And if you mold Mary now, if I mold Alusi, I own Alusi or my Osisiofo, and I'm communing with that Alusi, that tree there, that effigy there is not the Alusi. It is just a symbolism.
An entity.
An entity that represents that what? Entity. If you like, go burn if you like, go and burn the wood. You never burn the house. Because it's a spirit.
Okay. So the Igbo's ancestors, I was meant to believe that the Igbo's ancestor has a way, a deity that cures sickness. And I also want to know because since you're saying that in from right from the foundation of time that the Igbos in Igbo cosmology that you can get anything you want through the whole system, which means basically it's all about spirituality. You can get healing from spirituality.
Yes.
You can get revelations from spirituality.
Yes.
So and what of now, whereby medicines are out? When someone, even pastors, get sick, they go to pharmacy to get medications. And I'm personally have been meant to understand that it is spirituality that gives them that knowledge to produce medicine. And I think it's a normal way. But I was having a conversation with someone and he made me to understand that it is not so. That back then they have AIDS, disease. So why is it not being practiced now?
Okay, point of correction. Our ancestors never believed in any things that cure sickness.
Okay, so what did you guys
And our ancestors never believed in any Aruguna or in any Chukwu that cures sickness.
So how
This
is
is
it
a
done?
total fallacy.
So how is it done?
Our ancestors believed in alchemy. What is alchemy? Oh, medicine.
Okay.
That is why we have Dibias in our society. We have different types of Dibias. When you are sick, you don't go to Alusi. You don't go to any deity. You don't pray to any god to cure you your sickness, unless that sickness was inflicted to you by the gods, because you are wayward, you committed an atrocity against the land. When you are sick in Igbo cosmology, you go and meet with Dibia. That Dibia is going to give you herbs that will cure your sickness. And we have different Dibias before the white man came. We have gynecologists, we have neurologists, we have different types of Dibias before the white man came. So if you're a pregnant woman and you want to deliver, they will tell you, go to Okeke, Ijejen and Okeke in 1 month, give birth. If you are being bitten by a snake, poisonous snake, they will tell you, go to Kizora. When you get there, the person is going to give an antidote that will cure. When you have malaria, you go to Nandi.
Okay.
So we never believed in any miracle, abracadabra. Miracle doesn't cure sickness, my brother and sister. If you are sick, you seek for the solution. The problem we have in this Africa is that most of our leaders, our church leaders, are deceiving us. They will come and sell olive oil to you and tell you that when you have cataract, that you should apply it and you will get healed. It's a lie. At the end of the day, you will become blind because that olive oil gets some chemical content that can blind you.
Not meant to be on my eye.
You understand?
Yes.
So even the so-called missionarists that brought Christianity in Africa, they never preached about prosperity gospel. They never preached about what? Miracle word gospel. When they came to Africa, they built hospitals.
Does that mean they don't believe in like
They believe in reality.
Hmm.
When you are sick, you seek for what? Medical what?
Attention.
Solution. Because God, the mother nature, has given us everything. He has endowed us with all the knowledge that we just like Africans praying to God to give them a good leader. God can never give you a good
we
leader.
have to select?
We have to select our leaders. You are praying to God to give you a good leader because your leaders give you a traditional society, a religious society, whereby people hold God accountable for their misfortune. But in an ideal society, people will hold their leaders accountable for their misfortune. So if you like, pray from now to 100 years, you will die. Prayer cannot solve our social, economic, and political crisis. It is we as individuals that will solve that problem. It is we electing good leaders into governance. For example, now, if you have a good CBN governor, a CBN governor will come up with good economic policy. If you have a good governor, good governance, you can go and elect something to United States. Is it God? So there are many things God cannot do. That's where they tell that what God cannot do. They say that's a scam. There are many things God cannot do because God has given you the knowledge. God has given you the power. God has given you the wisdom to do that.
Okay.
You cannot wake up in the morning now and say, I am hungry. God will give me food. No. You have to go and work. Because grace is built in nature. What does it mean? I made a quote on my social media handle a few weeks ago about people that are abusing grace. And I said that grace is built in nature. What does it mean? Because it offers reward to hard work, cause and effects if you cultivate orange.
Orange.
So people should stop abusing grace because God has made grace permanent, inherent in nature. Which means if you go to school, after going to school, and you know what to go to school to, you will get a good job if you want to work. You open even one boy, apprentice. If you serve your boss very well, after serving your boss very well, you get settled and start on what? Businesses.
Yeah,
there is processes in life.
That's true.
So let's follow the word, the due process.
That's true.
You understand?
Yes. So my people, you guys have heard it. Let's all learn to follow the due process. You understand? And another thing again is that spirituality is something that you can get anything from spirituality. Religion, from what major of Africa has started today. Spirituality, you can find it within yourself. You can get revelations, a whole lot of things from acknowledging who you are. You are a mini God. Is it not right? You are a mini God. So my people, we've come to the end of today's episode of Everyday Nigerian. Yes, kindly follow us on those social media handles displayed on your screen. And we promise to always